Yeah, they thought that you was a shy girl until I made you my girl. Now you push me like a big boy.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is ndidi, your resident medical SLP, and in this video we're going to be talking about the grossest, nastiest, most disgusting things that you will see as a medical SLP. So let's just jump straight in. So if you are seeking to be a medical SLP, you need to have a very strong stomach. You have to be good with blood. You have to be good with vomit. You have to be okay with going inside of people's mouths, inside of people's noses, inside of people's necks. Just anything, okay? So if you're squeamish, if you have a weak stomach, if you feel lightheaded at the sight of blood, if gross things gross you out, like, just be going to maybe, I don't know, do the school stuff, do the like voice stuff, like become a voice acting become a speech pathologist in Hollywood for the voice actors. Do something else. There's a wide range of things that you can do, but in medical SLP you have to be strong, okay? It's not for the faint of heart. So I'm just gonna jump into some of the grossest things that I've seen as a medical SLP, okay? So I wrote some of them down because I've become so immune to it now. I've been working for almost, it's like 2 years plus now. I've been working as a medical SLP, so I have seen a lot of things. And I have provided some photos, one photo here, of some examples of what you would see just on a typical day. It doesn't have to be a different kind of day, just a typical day. So, okay, so number one, if you're working with the elderly population, geriatric population, or just anybody who has been NPO, which is nil per oral, where they haven't been eating for a while, you might, in some cases, you might find that you will see somebody's mouth and it will have these large dried chunks of like dried saliva and secretions, and it will, sometimes you'll see it like on the roof of their mouth, just like a huge piece like just stuck on the roof of their mouth. And it's your job as an SLP, you cannot feed anybody in that state. If you're a speech pathologist and you're feeding someone and they have this like huge thing covering the roof of their mouth and all the way into their pharyngeal area, like all the way down the back of their throat, because I've seen that before, you cannot feed anybody like that. You got to clean it out. Oral care is like super important as an SLP. Before you feed, before you do anything, you need to make sure that you get in there and that you have the tools with you. You have your little oral care pack, like we have the Halyard packs, and then you have some extra swabs, maybe a toothbrush, just whatever, toothbrush, so you can brush in there and get everything out. You might see very large, sometimes it's bloody, sometimes it's like brown, sometimes it's black, sometimes it's like yellow and cracked up, but it'll come out, sometimes it'll come out like as a whole. So like a piece like maybe like this big could come out of somebody's mouth, and it just comes out. And then sometimes it'll be on the top of their tongue, like a layer of like dried secretions stuck on there. That's a little bit harder to get off, so you have to use like it comes with like an oral moisturizer. You gotta put some of that on there, let it sit, and then it'll slowly start coming off. So yeah, that could gross people out if you have to like get dried cakey brown gunk out of people's mouths. Sometimes it's unbelievable what you see inside of there. But you have to prepare yourself. You really do. Okay, another thing, another story I have. So I also do tracheostomy care. So So if you go into respiratory failure, you're going to need to be intubated, and then for like long-term intubation, they do a tracheostomy. We do tracheostomy care. We put on the Passimier valves. We, you know, if they have aphonia due to the tracheostomy, we teach them how to speak again. So with tracheostomy care, there's a lot of you have to suction them, get the secretions out. That's fine. That's, to me, that's, you know, it's cool. You see the secretions that come out, you know, into the tubing. If you're doing by catheter, usually not much comes out. But sometimes you might be in a situation where the person has an overwhelming amount of secretions. For instance, there was this guy I was working with. He's 6 feet tall. Old man, old gentleman, so handsome. And we're just doing evaluation for the Passimier valve. So I suction him like 3-4 times because I noticed he has a whole bunch of secretions. I'm like, ooh, okay. But, you know, doctor ordered me to try and see if we can do the one-way speaking valve. So as I take the, as I remove the tubing, so there's like a little tubing thing that connects to the tracheostomy. So as I remove it, it's like a volcano, like an eruption. He coughs, and it was like a brown and green and yellow eruption just erupted from his tracheostomy, from his throat. It just like shot out all the way to his feet, all over his blankets in there. And I had to get out of the way. I had to move out of the way because it just like soared out all over. And he's 6 feet and went all the way to his feet. I've never seen anything like that in my life. It went everywhere, and I had to put the tubing back on. I had to figure it out. I said, okay, this man clearly has too many secretions to do any kind of Passimier valve because it was too much, like a volcano. Ooh. Okay. And then, some other times you'll, like if you're doing tracheostomy care, or just, you know, a patient might get nauseous, and they'll, like, some patients react to the putting the Passimier valve on, like all the sensations, like they can now smell everything, they can taste everything, and maybe their mouth doesn't taste like really, you know, like how they usually taste, so they get nauseous. And then you have the occasional vomiter, so then they'll be like, oh, like, and the vomit will just come out. So if you do not like vomit, just stay away. Don't be going into the hospital thinking like you're gonna avoid the vomit, like, oh, I'm never gonna see anybody vomit. Yes, you will see the vomit. You just gotta grab your suction and just hurry up and suction it all up. Call the RT, tell them that, you know, they vomited, you know. Just make sure you have to, you know, touch all your bases. Make sure that they know he vomited or she vomited, and you just gotta suck it up. You can call the CNA, tell them to get them a new gown, tell them to clean them up. Like, you don't have to do all like the cleaning up of the vomit, but you at least want to just suction up, like from the mouth, like what you can suction up, and do as best as you can. Don't like, if you see somebody throwing up, don't just leave them to throw up and like say, hey, you guys come help me. You have to do at least, you know, do your part a little bit. Give them a cup, give them something. What else can you see? I talked about the secretions. I talked about the eruptions from the tracheostomy. I talked about vomit. You're gonna see a lot of like weird blood. Maybe there could be blood in the tracheostomy. There could be blood in the mouth. There could be blood all kinds of places. And you're just gonna have to be super comfortable with gross stuff, like gross stuff that you see in the hospital setting or in the inpatient setting. You're gonna have to be tough, and I hope you are. If you are seeking to become a medical SLP, if that's your dream or whatever, you can always just go and see for yourself, see if you can handle it, see if you like it. And if you don't like it, you can just, you know, move on. It's not like a one and done type of thing. Like if you're grossed out and it just sickens you to your stomach and like you feel like you cannot come to work, you always have the option of moving to another setting. That's why I love this field. I love it so much. And I have very strong stomach, so blood, vomit, dried, nasty, crackly things in the mouth that do not scare me, and I hope it doesn't scare you, because I really want you to be an SLP, medical SLP as well. And if I think of anything else, I will let you guys know. I still am working on the day in the life with me, so don't give up on me. Keep watching me, okay? Keep supporting me, keep encouraging me. Whatever questions you guys have, please send them over to me. I was thinking about like doing something where you guys can contact me and I can answer your questions or lead you in the right direction. Sort of like some kind of like mentorship sort of thing. Maybe like you send me a little cash app, whatever you want, and we can chat, you know, for my time. Let me know if that's a good idea, if that's something you would be interested in, because I want to give away all of the details that I have. There's so much. It goes way deep. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Love you so much. Thank you for supporting me. All right, bye.